walk into this dry area. Hi, welcome back again. Today I'm going to be looking at building a little sort of outdoor area, dry area outside the outdoor shower. What I realized when using it is that there's really nowhere to step. You step out of the shower onto the ground. Inside the shower gets wet. Outside the shower you want to have a place to stand that's clean and dry to change and hang stuff up. So I'm going to build a little sort of outdoor dry area that will look a little bit like this. This is the SketchUp rendering I put together so I could get all the measurements right and figure out how much lumber to buy. A free online version of SketchUp, which is really great for planning out this kind of thing. If you've never used it, really good tool. I use it quite a lot. I might focus on it a little bit. I might do a little tutorial at some point down the line. I don't know. But anyway, I find it really, really useful for sort of plotting out bits of carpentry like this. One of the other really kind of silly features I love about SketchUp is the ability to use the AR hardware in the iPhone to do this, overlay. So I can see exactly what it looks like in the location, or more or less what it looks like. Kind of useful, but also kind of a gimmick. And what I'm going to do is wrap the outside and the inside in alternating offset bands of Bender board, Cedar Bender board, which is like a super thin, super flexible bender board. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bend it without wetting it, so I may have to soak it for a few hours. We'll find out together how bendy Bender board really is. So that's a fun little woodworking project. I've never done any curved architecture before, so this will be an interesting experiment. That's what I love about SketchUp, is it enables me to spend all the time figuring out how the thing's going to come together, not really worrying too much about measurements, and then getting out here in the forest and just pulling up the model on my phone and measuring everything that way. So I can very quickly and easily just sort of put together a cut list. And that one's 17 3/8, that one's 14 1/8. So I can, put all these pieces together really quickly based on the SketchUp model. All of these cut-offs get to become firewood for the cubic mini stove. Okay, so now I have a jigsaw puzzle. So that's the basic idea, that's the framework done. I'm going to have to stop now, it's like 8 o'clock at night, the sun has already set, so I'm going to pick this up after this edit. Alright, so it's been about a week since I built that piece, and I'm going to shovel some gravel, create a flat area to put it in place, and then build the decking for it, and then try the bender board around the top. So I've just got to shovel some gravel real quick. So this is Bender board, and it's used for landscaping, like around flower beds and paths and trails and stuff. I used it extensively inside the camper. The whole ceiling is done with Bender board. It's just sort of screwed flat, butted up against each other. It looks great because it's cedar and it comes in 10-foot lengths, so it's really useful for that kind of thing. But we're about to find out how bendy it is. We'll find out if it breaks. Maybe I won't need to soak it. What I found working with this Bender board stuff, these self-drilling screws, self-drilling lath screws, are great for the Bender board. Anything that's not self-drilling will split this really thin Bender board quite easily. There it is. So that decides that then. The interior curve is just slightly too sharp for the wood and it cracked. So I'm going to have to soak all of these boards. So I'm going to lay down a tarp and fill it with water. We'll let that soak for a while, and while it's doing that I'm going to do the deck. The wood is still over here soaking. I think I'm going to let it soak overnight because it's getting late. This deck has turned out quite nicely. I keep making this mistake of putting down nice fresh cut sanded wood and then walking all over it with muddy boots. So I'm going to maybe put some sealant on this tonight just so when I do the rest of the bender board tomorrow, it doesn't get trashed. Okay, so this has been soaking overnight. Probably should have been hot water, or ideally steam. Hopefully this will add some flexibility to the wood, and we can see that in just a moment. I'll try and wrap a piece around. If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is so nerve-wracking. Hope for the best. Alright, so soaking these overnight kind of helped, not much. This one already cracked. But I'm going to keep going and see what happens. If it's a disaster, I may have to re-evaluate the curve. This might be too tight for the wood. But, I don't know, cue time-lapse music. Alright, so I probably didn't see that in the time-lapse, but the very next piece I put on cracked and snapped in half twice. So this plan has to change. I'm going to try boiling a kettle and putting hot water on the plank right before I bend it. See if that makes it possible. If not, I may have to go back to the drawing board. So it looks like it's just splitting at the weak points, and I got really lucky on the first two. Super annoying. Well, this is turning out to be a quite expensive experiment. I think these boards were $6 a piece when I bought them. I think they're now like $10 a piece. And I've already wasted 3. This one's about to crack right there. So I'm going to try and get it screwed on and see what happens, but this, as an experiment, this has not been great. And I haven't thought of a good solution yet, short of building a steamer, which I'm not going to do. Now we'll try one more. This is very disheartening. So every time I get one plank to bend nicely, the next one breaks. So it's like little roller coaster of, yay, it's working. Oh, no, it's not. So I just did a little experiment, and I think I'm just going to go straight to plan C and do it in shorter sections, because that seems like it's going to work. So this piece has already started splitting right here, but it's enough to get it to the curve. So I'm going to screw it to the end. It all depends where the knots fall as well, I think. I keep wanting to go back to plan A. It's taunting me. Plan A is taunting me. It's going to be a combination of plan A and plan C. Alright, so I think plan C is working. I'm going to put a new battery in the camera and then switch back to time-lapse and see how far I get with plan C. So I don't know if I've gotten better at this or just really lucky, but the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces went on without cracking. So now I've got this sort of hybrid system, but I'm running out of wood, so I'm going to continue with this hybrid system and try my best and see what happens. It's also getting harder and harder to reach the screws that are on the wrong side of the thing. I gotta start carrying them in my pocket. Now might be a good time to subscribe if you haven't already. Patience is the key to this. Doing it really slowly and just making sure nothing curves more than anything else, just sort of pushing where it needs to push and sliding where it needs to slide, pre-bending. Yeah, it's really hit and miss, but I think it's my technique that has improved, not just my luck. Famous last words, eh? So yeah, that went in fairly easily and didn't crack anywhere. So yeah, I don't know if I've got better at it or if I just got lucky. I think if I had an infinite supply of wood of this Bender board stuff, I would just keep trying my luck until I got one to work, and then it would all be perfect. This one's not going to make it. Success. So yeah, I think the secret is just patience. Just do it really slowly. Also choosing pieces of wood that don't have big knots right at the edges. That seems to help. But the hot water didn't seem to make any difference. I'm not even sure soaking it at all is doing that much difference. The first piece I put on was dry and it worked fine, so it may just have been good luck. But getting it done. This piece has already got a split in it and I haven't even bent it yet. Last few boards to go. So this is the lesson I learned. Just do it really, really slowly. Well, wasn't the knot that I thought it was going to be. So, once again, and cross your fingers. Success. So many screws. Maybe it'll fit on the inside. is going to need some cleanup. It's finished. Pretty happy with that. The curve worked out pretty well. The floor's pretty great. And now you have this sort of little changing area, dry room on your way into the shower. I like it. The curve is great. I learned a lot of lessons about bending bender board. Mostly just patience. I think more than water or hot water or any of that, I think that the real trick was patience and picking which boards. Anywhere there was a big knot, it would fail. Anywhere there was a knot right at the edge of the piece of wood, that would fail. But generally speaking, it's come out pretty great. There's a few joins where I sort of tried plan C, but I could replace those. It's only 3 boards. But yeah, it's pretty cool looking, I think. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you like this curved architectural thing I've got going on? It's a little bit in contrast to the very square, rustic look of the shower house. So yeah, it's finished. But I don't know, is it glamping chic, or is it just look out of character with the piece? Let me know in the comments down below. I think that deserves a thumbs up. If you do too, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for coming back and watching more. If you're not a subscriber, consider doing so. Maybe check out the What is Lumbering Shenanigans clip. Get an idea of what I'm up to here, converting this once neglected woodland into sort of a sustainable homestead in the end. That's the plan anyway. But either way, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little build, and see you next time.